I think what comes across is that you're someone with original, but you're an independent thinker, and therefore it doesn't surprise me that you're also a Bitcoin investor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where did you get into it early doors, and are you someone that is excited by blockchain technology and what it has to offer in terms of disrupting the economic system?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, very much so on all fronts. So yeah, I've been in Bitcoin for since 2017. I heard
Okay.
about it earlier than that. I've been an investor since 2017.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Bitcoin is I'm super passionate about it. I've just done a collaboration with the Bitcoin Movement clothing company. So
Okay.
we've done a whole line of merchandise. But yeah, I think Bitcoin is going to do for the money and financial system what the internet has done for information.
Okay.
That's what I see, or maybe what the smartphone or mobile phones in general have done for communication. That's where I see Bitcoin going in the next decade plus. I think it's still, despite the fact the whole crypto market cap is now over $1 trillion as we record this, $1 trillion. But yeah, I see. I mean, I'll be straight up. I think a single Bitcoin is going to be worth over $500,000 within the next 10 years. I think that the market cap of Bitcoin itself could be, I don't know, anywhere from $5 to $15 trillion. So I know right now, as we record this, it's probably hovering somewhere around $37,000. But I think it has a ton of room to grow. It's still very, very early. And I think the philosophy of it, the way it works as a store of value, decentralization, it's very, very aligned with what I believe. And as someone who's just very interested in technology in the future and who studied computer science and all that, from every standpoint, from a technological standpoint, an investment standpoint, a socio-political standpoint, I'm just very on board with Bitcoin. It's something I've studied to some degree, probably every day for the past 3.5 years now. So when I talk about it, I'm not kind of just sort of throwing out random numbers or like, it's like, okay, this is where I think this is going. And because of my age as well, I've seen the adoption curves for a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when people talked about the internet the way they're talking about Bitcoin.
Right.
I remember when people talked about email. I remember when people thought having an email address was pointless, right? Why? Because, no one else is using it, right? I remember when people thought I've been on Facebook since 2004. I was one of the first people on Facebook. I remember when people thought having a Facebook account was pointless. Why? Because no one else is using it. Oh, and it's a little bit slow. It's not perfect, right? The way people talk about Bitcoin now, you can't buy anything with it. It's a little bit slow. Not everyone's using it. It's not, I'm like, okay, I've heard all this before.
Yeah.
And I understand the use case and the value proposition. I mean, look at how connected we are as a world now. I mean, it's crazy that, if you want to send money to someone in the USA or in Philippines, why should you have to pay why it shouldn't be expensive or remotely complicated, and you shouldn't really have to go through a middleman to do it, and you shouldn't have to convert currencies. It's like, why we have global everything else, like why don't we have global money? Right? That doesn't mean that it totally supplants national currencies, and I don't think Bitcoin's going to do that, by the way. I don't think Bitcoin's going to replace the dollar or replace the pound, but I think it's more going to replace or largely supplant gold and some other investments like that and act as a store of value. And yeah, I just think, like, if I wanted to send money to a cousin in Nigeria, even in 2021, like through normal means, it's a pain in the butt. Like it's a real pain. Like with Bitcoin, it's just like, oh, what's your Bitcoin address? Boom, gone, done. Right? You just pay like the small fees. It's gone. There's no currency conversion. You don't need to wait 5 days for your bank to sort it out. You don't need to put in a sort code, bank account number, IBAN number, name, address, like all of this stuff. I'm just like, it makes sense to me. It totally makes sense. And I'm just like, and most money is inflationary. Bitcoin is deflationary. We already know how many Bitcoins are ever going to exist. And then, as you know, if you've got a deflationary currency from an investment standpoint, as the The supply can't increase. So if demand increases, what happens? Price goes up. So to me, as an investment, it's a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer to me personally.
Once this podcast release, watch surge in Bitcoin prices increases. Everyone starts investing.
But yeah, do your own research.
Take your due diligence.
Don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
Yeah, and be careful of those altcoins.
Yeah, you can get burned hard on this.